Hello guys, Prathvik this side. So today we'll be solving our LeetCode problem 167, which is 2 sum 2. Input array sorted. So let's first understand this problem. Given a one index array of integer numbers such that is already sorted in non-decreasing order, we have to find two numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. Let these two numbers be numbers index I, numbers index 1, and numbers index 2, and we have to return the indices of two numbers, index 1 and index 2, each incremented by 1 as an integer array, index 1 and index 2 of len 2. The tests are generated such that there is exactly one solution and we may not use the same element twice. Our solution must use only constant extra space. So what this question is saying, that this question is basically as same as two sum approach, two sum, but in this our test cases are quite bigger here because our constraints are very bigger. So what this question is saying is, we have to return the element, we have to return the indices of those elements that add up to our target, that add up to our target integer here, and we have to return them in this format here. And since we have been given a one indexed array, we have to increment it by one and then return our indexes of length 2. So let's understand this more with our example here. Here's our numbers array is 2, 7, 11, and 15. Our target is 9. So we can see that 2 plus 7 is 9. So we'll return 1 comma 2 because we know that it is a one indexed array, and we don't start from 0 here, we start from 1 as indices here. And for our second example, we can see that our target is 6 here, and so we will just simply add 1 and 3 to get our target here. And for this, our example 3, we can see that our numbers array is minus 1 and comma 0, and our target is minus 1 here. So what we'll do is we'll simply just add these two together, and we have to notice that we cannot just simply get minus 1 and return it only as 1 here in array, because the question is demanding that we must return two indexes to join element here, two index to two of two indices of element that are needed to make target. So we have to consider this also here. And our constraints are numbers I is between minus 1000 to 1000. Numbers is sorted in non-decreasing order, and our tests are generated so that there is exactly one solution here. So our approach for this could have been brute force approach, is we can use a two nested for loop to check for our elements that match up to target, and then return it by adding one after that. But it would be too lengthy, and it won't be great for this question because our constraints are pretty big here, and our edge cases, it may not pass some edge cases here because our time complexity would for that would be O(n) squared. So we are going to use our two pointer approach here to check for our target element. So we will start by this int low is equal to 0, and then int high is equal to numbers dot size minus 1. This will help us to iterate through our array here, and we'll start iterating through our array now. Low relative high, and then we are going to create our sum here, which will store our elements that are needed, that will be checked if they are equal to or not to target. And now we will start checking our target here. If sum is equal to target, we'll simply return them in our array here, low plus 1 comma high. Now if we don't find them, and else if our sum is our sum is less than target, we will increase our first pointer, and if our sum is greater than target, we will decrease our high pointer, because we know that it is sorted in non-decreasing order. So that's why we are going to decrease and increase our pointers. And now we will just return here empty array, because if we don't find anything, we must return an empty array, and this will be our two pointer approach. So let's see and check if it is working for our edge cases or not. As you guys can see, it is passing our edge cases. So let's submit our code and see if it is working for our code or not. And for this code, our time complexity is O(n), since we are iterating through our array ones, and our space complexity is O(1), as a LeetCode wanted, because we haven't used any data type here. So that's it from my side, guys. Thank you guys for watching.